friends, this is Lana Tabor for Altenew and welcome to Altenew's March release hop. It is such a pleasure to have you here. There's so many cool and incredible products in this release, and I will do my best to convey their awesomeness to you. First, what I am going to actually use and combine are these awesome dies. It's Old City Doors layering die set, and look how cool that is. There's so many different things and variations that you can create. You can create your own doors, and I think this is brilliant. And another product that I'm going to use is this beautiful set. It's Craft Your Life project, and in this project you are going to have a lot of goodies. First, it comes in this awesome beautiful folder, and it comes with a 3D embossing folder which is called Flower Arch. Then you're going to have coordinating dies and of course stamps, flower arch, and the most beautiful thing is layering stencils. Look how phenomenal that is, and I think just by getting this set you're gonna be set for, let's say, a month, so you can create a bunch of other projects. But what I'm going to do is create a card that I think you're going to like. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. So there is one sentiment from this awesome stamp set that says the next door will lead to something amazing. And this specific sentiment is what I'm going to base my entire project on. I already pre-cut my card base in the card panel. I'll be making a 5x7 card, and I picked some scrap paper. This is a good thing to have. I'm going to be making a little stencil here. So I grabbed just a mechanical pencil and an eraser just in case. And what I'm going to do is create a pattern of clouds. The reason I'm doing this is because I do not have a stencil that's actually in this shape that I can use, so I decided to get a little bit creative. Now, if you do have such stencil, you don't have to do this, of course. I just thought I wanted to share something new with you and give you some ideas that you can actually do at home. I am using Altenew Precision Scissors to cut along the drawn line, and my stencil is going to be done in no time. To help me stencil, I am actually using this Altenew 9x12 sticky mat, and I am using Blue Horizon Fresh Dye ink. This is a new release from Altenew, and this color is just absolutely perfect for what I'm trying to do. Now I'm going to go back and talk about the sticky mat. If you don't have this, I suggest you get it ASAP. This is going to make your stenciling so much easier, so much faster, and trust me, you are not going to regret getting this. This is not just for stenciling. Of course, you can use it for any type of coloring, but it is perfect if you have those little tiny die cuts that you want to color. Trust me, this works like a charm. Next, as you can see, I am using my cut paper here, my template, exactly as you would use any stencil. It is so cool, and I love creating things like this. Imagine the patterns that you can actually do right at the comfort of your own home. Just absolutely perfect. I am going to cover the entire panel with this background. And if you are new to stenciling, use a dry blending brush. The one that I'm using is from Altenew, and pick up a small amount of ink, dabbing off excess to avoid harsh lines and marks. Apply color in soft circular motions or gentle tapping, starting from the edges and working your way out or in, depending on your stencil. And that is how you're going to achieve that smooth and soft look. And my background is ready, and let's move to the next step. For the purpose of this video, I already die cut all the pieces for the doors that I'm going to need. I used scrap paper for this, and I do this a lot. I like to put all the leftover paper to good use, and I highly suggest you do the same. Ever since I got this sticky mat, the coloring of my little die cut pieces has become a breeze. I don't use color cardstock as often, and coloring these pieces is really easy and they won't bend, which I find to be the most important feature. I just put the die cut pieces directly on the mat, pick the favorite ink and a blending brush and color. Yes, you can also use your sticky mat from the stamp wheel for this as well. I just like to have a bigger surface in case I need it. And that is yet another creative way to use a sticky mat. Now it's time to put all the pieces together. I always find this to be the most fun part. You get to actually see how things are coming together, and I think that's the most rewarding part. This little puzzle, if you would, is so easy to put together. And to attach all the pieces, I am using liquid adhesive, but you can also use a tape runner or even a spray adhesive. But for this particular project, I find liquid adhesive to work the best. I simply squeezed some of the glue right on my silicone mat here and dabbed my little tiny intricate pieces on it so I don't get a lot of glue on it, so the glue doesn't seep and leave a mark on my perfectly inked die cuts. Even though this glue dries clear, you can still see the mark of that glue once it dries out. So I suggest you use this if you're using liquid adhesive. You can also use a piece of copy paper for this if you want to. I just find that silicone mat works the best. It's easy to clean and I don't get to waste any paper. You must be wondering, where am I going with this? Well, you're just about to find out. I have my two doors here. One is going to be on the inside of the card, and this blue and yellow door I'm going to put on the panel and create an interactive card. I would like for the recipient to be able to open this front door and see a little sneak peek of another door. First, I'm going to use the coordinating die to cut the opening on the panel and the card base at the same time. A good tip that I have for you, that if you are ever in a similar situation, removable adhesive is your best friend. Simply use a removable adhesive to temporarily attach the panel to your card base and just put it through the die cutting machine. That is exactly what I did here, and now my panel and my card base are perfectly aligned. I next glued the door to the die cut piece that was a part of the panel. That way the background is going to match the pattern perfectly. Next, I'm going to turn this into an interactive card. I had some mini hinges at hand, and I decided to simply sew them on the door and onto the panel later on to create that interactive element. Now, when and if you are adding or creating some kind of interactive elements into your cards, You have to work in stages, otherwise you will not be happy with the outcome. And what do I mean by that? Well, before I sew the door to the panel, I needed to add the sentiments to my card first. Otherwise, the die-cut pieces would create too much bulk and I won't be able to stamp. And yes, you can stamp freehand if you like, but I am not so sure of myself that way, and I like to use my stamp wheel just in case I need to double stamp. And this way, I am certain that my sentiments are going to be straight. After everything was attached and done, I used Altenew foam tape or Altenew dimensional tape to attach the panel to the card base and glue the other door on the inside. For a doorknob, I used Altenew enamel dots. This is also part of Altenew March release. And I put one on the front and one on the back of my front door. This will make the door open much easier and more smoothly. I am also going to put one more enamel dot on the inside door. I just think it looks more polished this way. And my card is done. As you can see, this project wasn't difficult. Maybe a little bit involved, but absolutely worth it. Adding that little element of surprise to your cards make the process even more enjoyable, and I have no doubt it will bring a smile to anyone who receives this card. Taking the time to create something unique and personal is always special, and I hope this video has inspired you to try it for yourself. Thank you for being part of the Altenew March release, and if you enjoy this video, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss future tutorials. And don't forget to leave a comment on each hop. Altenew is giving away $300 in prizes, and you definitely don't want to miss a chance to win. Again, I truly appreciate you spending this time with me. My name is Lana Tabor, and I will see you soon with something new. Until then, keep creating and have fun. Bye-bye.